Hello. It's time for more Minish Cap. That was my song, Do You? The question mark. Think Like I Do VIP. It's it. August of 2023. Just reply to my DM real quick. Hello, honey. Gosh, that's so... I can just imagine, like, my mother passing by my room as I say that. And being quite confused. Okay. Maybe I have a secret girlfriend that broke into my house. There we go. So where we last left off, we can now warp. I believe... Am I supposed to do this right now? I think so. Visitor, how rare. But you have found me, the wisest of the wisest of the wise. You want to enter the Temple of Droplets? I've heard rumors that one Minish actually did find a way in long ago. The Minish Elder Library. You can ask, you know, where would the library be? Probably in the library. He's in semi-retirement in the town library. Library should open soon, perhaps you can go find him. Now previously in Hyrule Town, there was a library that we could not enter, and now it's finally open. Oh yeah, Tingle appears in this game too. So this up here is the library, but first I'm actually going to go over here and see if I have the right kinstone to trade with this guy. Yes. Okay, this is like the only... This is one of the few kinstones that I actually do in my normal playthroughs because it unlocks the bow early. Well, I guess not early, but you can get an upgrade to the bow. Yeah, they can do all kinds of stuff, like, if you see, you know, sometimes you'll come across a tree like this, just sitting in the middle of nowhere, like right here, and you open a kinstone, and you can then go into the tree. And there's like a heart piece or a bunch of rupees inside. I hope my speaking doesn't sound too off today. I was eating popcorn last night, and I somehow ended up, I thought, with a kernel stuck in the back of my throat. Yeah, this guy has a ghost, and we need to Luigi's Mansion this thing. Just suck the ghost up in the vacuum. But I thought I ended up with like a shred of popcorn stuck in the back of my throat. Mysterious shells that will not become useful till much later. But it turns out it's not a popcorn shell. I just have like an open sore on the back of my tongue somehow. And it doesn't hurt, but it feels incredibly uncomfortable and talking just feels weird. Some of the kinstone stuff, for example, is... I'm a man, I'm going to push myself because I'm just stubborn. Like, this 3x3 little pond right here, if you see any of these, that can be opened with a kinstone. You just have to find the right person and the right kinstone. So, we need to go to the library. I'll be honest, I haven't been to a real-life library except to go in and vote. Since... 2007? Out of all of my friends, I do identify with the nerds and geeks, but I'm just not really big on reading, never have been. Yeah, Link is so tiny. Hey, this is not good, no good at all. A human borrowed a book, and now none of us can get back to the Elder Library. How will he ever get by alone? I'm so I didn't read what she said. Anyway, we need library books. I read weird for some reason. I'm projecting. Freudian slip, I'm weird. Books missing from the bookshelf on the second floor? They've been kicked out for quite a while, they're very overdue. The first book was checked out by a girl with a cat. Yeah. Worried, weird, the same thing. how much is this? So if we come in here, we can see one of the books. Hey, look at that. There's a book on top of the bookcase. How are we going to get to it? We can't reach it. We don't have a ladder. And no, I don't think just shaking the bookcase will make it fall either. This presents an interesting problem, wouldn't you say? Well, thankfully, there's a pathway that Minish can get by. Yeah, almost anyone can have a kinstone piece. There's literally places that you can trade kinstone pieces with a wall. So now, there's a little side quest opened up at the mail place. So the reason that I grabbed the water is so that I can pour it here. And there's some interesting interactions that you can have with animals when you're Minish. The dogs somehow have kinstone pieces. I love that his name is Rolf. I never noticed that before. I wasn't paying attention to it. But it's so perfect. But yeah, if I go up here, I can end up over here. Oh, did you see that cat looking at me? I know it wants a piece of me. So, dogs are okay, but cats are hostile. But they'll still trade kinstones occasionally. His name is Scratcher. Look at the little wiggles. This is definitely not the last cat we're going to have to deal with here. Okay, so I need rupees. And there's two ways to get them. Should I go with the slower, intended way, or kind of cheat a little bit and go the quick way? Well, first of all, I'll pick up the book. This guy sells something called Pickleite, and if you need kinstones or rupees or hearts or whatever, you can buy a certain Pickleite, and when you drink it, grass and such will drop extras. The second book, Legend of Picori. Somewhat absent-minded scholar. This dog does not want to move. So we have to find another way around. There happens to be one in here. If we just move this. They've got a little cafe of their own set up over here. There's a good number of like little side quests that you have to do in between the third and fourth dungeon. Oh, is anyone back there? Ah, well, I guess not. How odd. Poof. Egad, I knew there was someone back there. When did you find your way back here? This area is for employees only. That's to say me and me alone. I want the dog food. I'm sorry, my good lad, but that is not for sale. That bottle contains food for my little dog, Borkin. That is a perfect name. It on the Switch, like, retro, like, Nintendo Plus account? I know it's on the Wii U, or was on the Wii U, but I don't know about Switch. So if I bring the dog food to his dog, I can have the bottle. So that's something I will do since it's on the way to the fourth dungeon. For the sake of not doing super repetitive stuff, I'm going to mildly cheat. But it's not going to be something like significant and game breaking, it's just going to make things a little bit faster. So this is how we end up over here. And this is what the seashells are for. And if you like gacha, that's where this comes in. The more seashells you use, the more likely you are to win a figure that you don't have. So of course you start with just one. You get... I got a blue, which is uncommon. And I got a figurine of someone in the town. And that's what the shells do. Yes, of course, I knew this day would come. Yep, in the end, once you collect every single one of them, you get a heart piece, some rupees, and something else. Oh, you get access to the sound test, so you can go through and play all the music from the game. Now this game contains... Let me talk to this dog so he'll actually move. This game contains data for the Lost Woods theme from Ocarina of Time, but it went unused entirely. And I don't think you can even access that in the sound test room. So I can't push these bookshelves yet. But I can go up here. Really dangerous up ahead. You can't just charge through recklessly. Okay, I guess I can't go there. I forget. How do I pull this off? But now that dog moves, so I can actually go through as I should be. As Big Link. I think I may need to talk to this person first. I'm a researcher of Picori legend and lore. My name is Dr. Left. And fun fact about this guy, he's actually from a different series I don't remember what, where his name is Dr. Wright. You're here about that book, Legend of Bakori, aren't you? Well, I hate to say this, but I haven't seen it in several days. Perhaps the mischievous little mouse has taken it. Well, I'm sure it's in this house somewhere, I just don't know where. But I'm very busy now, so why don't you look for it yourself? So there's 2 items that I need to unlock here. One of them is a strength upgrade, and the other is flippers so I can swim. Okay, as to that cheating I said I would do, there's a gambling minigame here. And the guy really doesn't want you to gamble. He really discourages it. But, you know, I have something that's kind of a weakness of gambling, and that's called save states. Which I'm just doing so that I can buy the stuff at the shop quickly. And you can keep going double or nothing till you max out your wallet. And he's always excited when you leave, regardless of whether you, completely buy everything out or not. Because the boomerang is super useful in this game. It's not as powerful as it was in, Link's Awakening, but it is pretty powerful. I think now I can go through the upper area because I actually talked to Dr. Left. I think that's what I was missing. Hey, do you know the clues that reveal the location of the treasure? Cross the bridge that spawns the rapid flow through the land of the fearsome beast until you reach the Misty Falls. Treasure sleeps on the other side of the secret entrance there. They say it's a magical tool that allows even little people to push big things. According to the legend, you're supposed to start from this house. Odd legend, but okay. I've heard stranger. Yes, so as to the cats, there's more of them over here. And this one always blocks the way. They do so much knockback. We knew there was a place like this behind the town water pump. Well, we should get moving and find that Minish treasure. And that is the strength upgrade. So the dungeon that's coming up is the water dungeon. And while it's never been my favorite, like, playing through it, It has my favorite dungeon music. But I've got still 2 books to find before I get there. It's one that you do entirely as Minish, though it's like zoomed in so you look like you're, you know, full power Link. So yeah, with the power bracelets we can push bookshelves as Minish. And there's that book that I need. Get rid of stuff. The Link does not have the reflexes. So that is the second book. I took so much damage from those cats. Last book is History of the Masks, checked out by the mayor. The mayor is really suspicious, honestly. That mustachioed guy strikes me as somewhat unreliable. There's something fishy about this route. Just knock down his priceless masks. Yes, that's me, Hagen. I'm the mayor of this town. History of Masks. You say I checked it out, do you? Yes, indeed I did. Or wait, did I? But he can't really remember. Or if he does remember, he doesn't want to say. We have to investigate further. Mayor took off for his cabin by the lake, clutching a book. He saw him go. When he came back, he didn't have the book anymore. I'm sure he just forgot about it, that lake cabinet. Yes, he is forgetful like that. Want to go to the cabin by the lake? Let me just mark it here on your map. Yes, it's right here. You should be able to find it now. I also gotta say, they did a really good job with the music in this game. It's the way... I think I need to go through... south? No, this is one of the great fairies. There's 3 great fairies in this game. Adventurer's Spring. Need many rupees right now. Please throw all of yours into the spring. Sure, I literally have 2 rupees. You know that if you do this, you will have absolutely no rupees left, right? I have none. I do not really need your rupees, but I must reward you, kind adventurer. Now I can carry more rupees. I'm pretty sure if I leave and come back in, they'll heal me, but I don't... Not really worried about that right now. So if you remember the last dungeon, I got the mole mitts. Now I can use them to do this. Okay, I did go through the wrong way. I need to go back up a little bit. Also, I'll say in regards to last stream, just having people there to interact with made it like my favorite stream that I've ever done, and I'm extremely grateful for you. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. People interacting really helps keep the stream flowing. It does. And even though I'm told, like, I'm generally a very funny person, if I'm put on the spot, if I'm streaming, I have no idea what to say. Like, I always have a joke or a pun at the ready until someone says, hey, tell a joke. And then I'm just completely lost. Now, if I recall correctly, there's a little glitch here where I can just do this. No. Feel that for some reason streaming makes me feel like I have a debuff when I'm speaking. Exactly. So that's the last of the 3 books. I believe over here to the right is one of the walls that I was talking about, where you can just trade kinstones with a wall. Yep. Feel so much stronger now. Here we go. He got some of Shaggy's strength. I was actually told that by a streamer yesterday, who I was watching. I was asked, like, do you do any kind of comedy? No, you should do, like, some sort of stand-up. And I said, well, actually, I'm disabled and it's hard to stand up for long. And they just found that hilarious. Wait a second. Oh, never mind. For some reason, I'm playing the European release of this. In the American version, there's an extra whirlwind there to make it easier to get across. And I was wondering why that wasn't there. I like that the cave music is still playing through this very happy cutscene. Wait, did I even... Yes, I did. Okay. I was like, wait, did I even pick up the book I'm supposed to? Yeah, I did. I'm totally the type that would get, like, all the way back to the library and forget to even pick up the book. Here I am, leave it to me. The fastest character in the game. Don't know if I need anything with rupees right now, but it doesn't hurt. So now I can get back up to Mr. Library. Who is overall a very quick individual when it comes to just throwing you into the deep end. As we'll see. Hello, Bronson. Want to fuse kinstones? Yes. Oh, this unlocks one of those buggers. Golden enemies are so annoying to fight, but they give you lots of rupees. A visitor after many long weeks. Even Jotari has been so long. I've grown almost lonely. But what is it? What is it you need? The Temple of Droplets. Very well, you're the first brave person in a long while. Stand on the clover for me. Alright, you kids today. You have no patience for an old man. I'll go stand over there just like I told you. Now open secret mystery panel. Well, thank you. Enjoy your day, Bronson. Wasn't that fantastic? Now then, it's up to you to pass the trial safely and recover the tool you need. Oh, what fun. I do so love the real nitty-gritty of adventuring. Hats have hips. Apparently. Like, the Minish duck hat has hips. Whatever. Whatever it is I have now. My brim? The old fool must love sending people on dangerous missions. Thankfully there's some health right here, because I have to deal with one of the more annoying enemies. That's ants. plot glue. You think flex tape is strong, wait till you hear about plot glue. So now we have flippers, and because of that Link can swim. Despite the fact that the reason he couldn't swim before was he couldn't float, but now because of flippers he can. It makes sense if you don't think about it. Yeah, there's Gorons, there's a type of ghost, Hikori. It's mostly just Hylians, though. And there's the People of the Wind. I don't know if they're Hylians or not, really. Oh yeah, if you're in Minish form, you can trade with the cows as well. Although Eslo, my hat, this little freak, if you're in Minish form over here, you will say that the cows look delicious. As to that dog, I need to feed. Now I've got a bottle. And a hungry, happy dog. Oh yeah, there's a heart piece up here. And here is the fourth dungeon. In this one moment, I'm being called. Alright, sorry about that. Bird chatter chatter, I'm freezing in here. If you don't find that element quickly, I'm going to turn into a hat sickle. And so, of course, ice physics and all that. Classic ice puzzles. Hey, the sunlight's shining through. So nice and warm. I feel myself starting to defrost again. Like something is frozen in this block of ice. It's like my only complaint about the game is that, in certain situations you just go, like, right through the corners of a block or whatever. Watching the speedrun of this game is quite fascinating, how they do this dungeon. So a very quick boss key here. Wait, did I mess that up? I did mess that up. It's been so long since I did that puzzle. I do remember the Yeti mansion. Oh, I remember what I'm supposed to do here. The boss of that dungeon gave me nightmares. Like, legitimately. The way she turns around. Oh wait, yeah, I need to actually go down and close this. I also meant to find a way to put chat on screen on the stream so that I could, like, preserve it. But I forgot to, because it has been a long weekend. I actually was supposed to have physical therapy this morning, but both my mom and I woke up not feeling well. And we didn't want to get anyone else sick there. Hey, well done, this looks to be the element alright, but what will we do? We can't even touch it while it's trapped in that ice. We'll need to melt it somehow. Thank you. My mom's got some, like, cold symptoms, and for me, I'm pretty sure it's just, like, the way my body reacts to low pressure systems and all. Best way I can describe it is feeling rusty. I think this is actually, no joke, this is the longest I've gone without being sick since Thanksgiving. I was literally getting a cold or the flu or something like that every 2 to 3 weeks. There's a little statue up around here somewhere that says to... Yeah, that thing there. It says to look in, like, dive in the center of a pot, and you'll find a key. That said, I'm still doing better than I did, like, throughout last year in terms of getting sick. I went in, during, I think, July. It was June or July. Because I had, like, a really bad sore throat. The funny thing, I was going to the DMV to take the little exam to get a learner's permit. And we got there at 7. I started feeling a little itch in my throat. And by noon, when they went on lunch, I still hadn't been seen. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, we can do this another day, but this is clearly not working. Also, can I get a doctor's appointment? Because I'm starting to feel sick. I went in, like 2 days later, because it was the earliest appointment they had. Oh my gosh, fighting this thing on ice. Went in a couple days later, and my symptoms had only gotten worse, and I'm just thinking, okay, I have, like, tonsil stones again, or something, you know, mild like that. Just saving it just in case the bug happens. Because occasionally, this thing will just disappear. I'm thinking, okay, I have something mild. They'll just give me something to ease the pain or whatever, and I'll be fine. They swabbed for a couple of things, and the PA says the nurse will be back in just about 5 minutes with your test results. And a few minutes later, it's not the nurse that comes back in, but the PA, and says, well, you don't have strep, but you did test positive for the flu and COVID. So yeah, that happened. Yes, both at the same time. And surprisingly, it was the quickest batch of COVID that I've had. It only lasted like a week. Holy heck. The wind is going so hard outside. If my stream dips, that's the power flickering and whatever. Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind, that's not the wind, that's my brother taking a shower. The shower is like right up against my wall. I can't open that yet. I don't know why they added turd bugs to this game. But yeah, they will literally just drop turds on you and you'll turn brown. And they'll also drop pots on you. Where are you? Are you still under me? It's so dark, I can't see my beak in front of my face. Watch your step, I don't want you to trip over anything. I mean, it's not as weird as the original Japanese version of Link's Awakening. There's some weird stuff in the Japanese and German releases of Link's Awakening. Like, I believe in the German one, there's a hippo with breasts. And in the all other releases, they remove that little portion. So now it's halfway to getting unmelted. Of course, sunlight. Once we get some sunlight in to melt the ice, that element will be as good as ours. And he doesn't realize that there might be a problem here. Also in the Japanese release, well, throughout Link's Awakening, there's a trading quest to get the boomerang. And at one point, you trade a fishing hook to a fisherman, and he gives you his first catch, which in the American release is a necklace. And you give that necklace to a mermaid who gives you her scale. In the Japanese release, however, instead of a necklace, you receive her bra, which she's missing. Now she's under the water, it's 8-bit, obviously you can't see anything, but yeah. And then there's likes, or choo-choos. Yeah, it's the choo-choos. Little slime-looking things, which we'll see one of them here in just a few minutes. But in the German release, yeah, there's silver, green, blue. They're all green in Link's Awakening. I'm gonna encounter a blue one here in a minute. But in the German release of Link's Awakening, if you sprinkle them with magic powder to turn them into their like weird form with big googly eyes, I don't remember what they say in English, but in German it's blatantly explicit, and I have no idea why Nintendo okayed it. So the boss of the first dungeon is a giant green choo-choo. And the mini-boss of the fourth dungeon is a giant blue choo-choo, except it's actually just normal size and we're the small ones. The difference here is this one has an electric shield. And so we can't do anything to it until the shield goes away. I always like it when they, like, reuse bosses except add something new that makes it more difficult and interesting. Which is essentially the entire premise of the final boss in Link's Awakening. Which still remains my favorite handheld Zelda game. Now, I've never noticed that, but they do look like Wobbuffet. I'm curious, oh wait, I think I already asked you what your favorite Pokemon is. It's something I ask everyone who plays Pokemon. That's my youngest brother's favorite Pokemon too. Eevee. So now I have a Flame Lantern. Now there exists in the data, in the code for this game, not a flame lantern, but a fire rod. Except the coding of it was never completed because they replaced it with the lantern. And so instead of lighting a fire directly, it just creates a glitched tile in front of you. These things are so annoying because their hitbox is wonky. There we go. And there's no reward or anything for lighting all the lamps in that room. I think it's interesting that they went with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. However, it was leaked in one of the data mines that instead of like Pokemon Yellow and I guess what would be presumably Pokemon Brown for Eevee, they had a plan for Pokemon Pink with Clefairy. Can't remember if there's anything useful here. I'm sure by this point someone's done a ROM hack of it. Pokemon Rose Gold. Yeah, I would like to see more representation for my favorite Pokemon, Togetic, but it's so niche, it's never gonna happen. I do have a Togepi plush, though. I actually have multiple Pokemon plush. Just got them throughout the years from as early as I can remember. Back in like the 2000s, early 2000s, there were these little gumball machines at Walmart, and you could put like a quarter or two in and you get a couple little like rubber Pokemon. And I swear I spent like $50 throughout my childhood on just the little Pokemon rubber things. Especially like after my brothers were born and we had to go to Walmart like literally almost every day because they drink so much milk. There's so much formula and everything. I remember there was at least like 2 times that we had to go to Walmart twice in one day. Just to get milk. This is one of the more annoying puzzles just because it's on ice. And that can easily happen. And if your clone walks through a block or a wall or something, it disappears very quickly. That was surprisingly quick for me. Of course, they're like hogging the entrance. A sentient fire. I don't think I'm gonna make it. There we go. There's something here. I wish I could remember. There's one really useful kinstone, which is, you trade it, and then the Minish that previously gave you bombs invents a new kind, which is, remote control bombs, and they're extremely useful. Because you can detonate them much faster. I think what I'll do for today is get to the cloud tops, which is one of the more, not difficult, but tedious, like pre-dungeon tests. Yeah, now we've got the element. It'd be easy. We did it, we can now take the element. That was a lot of trouble, but we finally did it, and... Hey, something's not right here. Yeah, didn't think that through. I also like the use of, like, casual enemies as bosses and mini-bosses. Really clever design. That's not what I meant to do. This boss has a couple different attacks he can possibly do. Hoping he doesn't do the blackout attack, because that just wastes a bunch of time. Which he covers the entire stage in darkness. And every time I think he's gonna do one thing, he does the other. Oh, just like that. The graphics in this game are highly inspired by Wind Waker. And there's multiple characters from Wind Waker in this one. There we go. Had to get that water before he digested it. lest we enchant our sword with the element of Octorok urine. There's no water left in the land. Almost froze my beak off in there. Random ghost. Oh, young one, child who seeks to aid the Princess of Hyrule. My name is Gustav. I was once the King of Hyrule, countless years ago. Stand before me. Only then you will open the path to you. Is that just a dream? He said he was a King of Hyrule. Look at your map, there's some kind of mark on it. Guess that means it wasn't a dream. We should head there once we've infused your sword with that element. To the Elemental Sanctuary. So is it really a Zelda game without a graveyard sequence? I can do this. And while I'm here, trade with Tingle, which I think opens up the other Tingle trades. Tears of the Kingdom does have a graveyard, and I think there's like a little a shrine in it, but yeah, it's not like a major sequence. Need to unlock this. I will save this entrance for when I've unlocked all of the Tingle entrances. And the stealth sequence. Which, honestly, stealth is like my least favorite genre of games. Because I just want to brute force everything. But because of the King of Hyrule suddenly becoming evil, we can't just enter at the entrance of the castle anymore. We have to go in this way. If I may ask, how far are you in Tears of the Kingdom? To infuse another element, which means we can now summon 2 different clones. Got a blue sword. So you've got all of the sages. The final boss is super fun. Honestly, I don't know if you can without, you can get 100% without, like, beating the boss, because there's some stuff that you unlock through it. If we just talk to this guard, he'll just throw us out for us. So it's much faster. I have a question about it, but I'm trying to think of how to phrase it without spoiling anything. I'm gonna be honest, this music terrified me as a kid. Here's another great fairy. The green one. First element was Earth element. Grandfather's name is Smith. I believe he has 7. Jabbernut, not Blabbernut. Now we have a large quiver. Not that we have a bow, but now we have a large quiver. Well, that's not going to help. I used to have this sequence memorized. Up left. Up, left, left. Up. I believe it's right, up. Yes. Yeah, there's these unfriendly ghosts, and then there's a few friendly ghosts too. My name is Dompe. I'm the gravedigger here. Is that you're called by the ghost of a king? That'd be the ancient king of Hyrule who rests here. I've seen him myself. Well, if the king has called you, I can't see any reason to not let you in. Here's the graveyard key. Yes, Dompe is absolutely one of the best characters. No, that didn't last long. Where is he? That works. Now we can go through here. There's friendly ghosts. It's the gambling guy. And he now has a second version of the minigame, which is triple or nothing. It's much faster. Maybe the royal crypt, but graves are creepy no matter whose they are. Where are we supposed to meet this King Gustav anyway? I'm not so sure I even want to anymore. Can we just go somewhere less creepy? You know, I once saw a post that was like, you know, at what point is it no longer grave robbing, but archaeology? You know, that's a good question. Where does that border lie? I'm not going to get this cycle. Because if you think about it, they're kind of similar. Oh, I like how the thing we're holding vibrates when you're like going across one of those. Definitely not intended. Ah, shoot. Forgot which link I was actually controlling. Well? There we go. It's actually a very short, like, mini dungeon here. Now you can beat these guys without using the flame lantern to get rid of the mummifications, but it's much faster to just use the flame lantern. O young one, child who seeks to rescue my descendant, Zelda, welcome. My name is Gustav. I was king of Hyrule countless ages ago. I grant to you this kidden stone. Seek the source of the flow in Hyrule. Only then will your path open. Save Zelda. All of Hyrule is counting on you. Fascinating. An ancient king of Hyrule, how strange. The source of the flow, what do you think that could mean? Actually getting this done a lot faster than I expected, so I think I will get to the next dungeon, which is, I think, the longest dungeon. Like, you get the boss key and you go into, you know, what you think is going to be the boss arena, and it's only halfway through the dungeon. So that's going to definitely be its own story. But I think I can do the cloud tops today. I've got something I want to do at 7, but I think I can pull it off. There's a legal case I've been following for a few years now, and the judge is set to make a ruling tonight. So I want to see how that goes. This little thing, I don't know what it's called, but it's annoying. It, like, turns off your ability to use your sword for a bit. Here's another port point. There's a lot of items around this waterfall and such, but it's not It's nothing I need right now. May come back to it later if I decide to 100% the game. Here's everyone's favorite character, Figuron. Although we don't actually get to do anything with him till after we beat the game. What have we here? Some kind of vortex? Well, we seem to have hit a dead end. What shall we do from here? Nope. Am I still alive? What were you thinking, child? You just reaped the whirlwind, as they say. We could be dead right now. I must admit, it did the trick. Are we in the land above the clouds? Then there must be something here that can lead us to the final element. Let's go find it. So we've got 5 little windmills here. We have to find 5 kinstone pieces. If I have time, I'm actually wanting to dive in to just the start of the 5th dungeon if I can tonight. And get the item there, which is no contest my favorite item in the game. And then I'm actually going to dip out of the dungeon and go back to Hyrule Town to get an upgrade that will help me a lot against the boss of the dungeon. But if I can't do that in time, that's fine. These things are so not on time. They don't have like a predictable path. Some of the kinstone pieces that you pick up can summon little butterflies in certain places. And if you pick them up, the butterflies, you can get like, faster digging, faster swimming, things like that. Oh yeah, if you like Mario games, here's Lakitu. Oh wait, I do have a bow, that's right. I was thinking for some reason of the light bow, which is something I will pick up soon. As soon as I get to the area right past this. Yeah, that is a positive thing about the little sharks here, is they're not very intelligent. They'll just occasionally swim, jump right off the edge. Like that. I forget how to defeat these things. I think it's a bow. Yeah. As you can guess, getting all 5 of these opens up the path ahead. Perfect. If I only have the one left back at the start. Yep. Okay. I think I can go this way. Or am I going the wrong way? No, I'm not. I find it so hilarious the first time I ever watched this game that your hat can just turn into a parachute. Which is not the most ridiculous parachute that I've seen in a game. In the new Pokemon releases, like Legends ZA and Scarlet and Violet, your phone is a parachute. It doesn't even like display anything that even remotely looks like a parachute. You just whip out your phone when you're falling, and it saves your fall. So these are the people of the wind, and I recognize I've been here before. With this old man over here, who has a very large head. And he's shining it. The goofiest looking guy in the game. And because you saved him, he gives you the light arrows. I don't have the Kinstone to trade with him. So these are the people that used to live at the Wind Ruins. And they're directing you to the new Wind Temple. And that lady can just walk right through Link. More birds! Now, every autistic child has that obsession. And for me, for many years, that childhood obsession was birds. have enough time, so I'm going to just come in far enough to get the item. Oops. And then get the extra upgrade that comes with it. Oh, wait, I need to shoot this thing. And still to this day, I really enjoy like watching the birds that are around. Whenever there was a bird that came up that I didn't know in my area, I would call my grandma and like describe it to her, and she would be able to tell me what kind of bird it was. I remember saying one time as a kid to my mom that I didn't know what kind of bird this was that showed up in our yard. And I said, well, only Mom and Grandma know, and since we don't have God's phone number, let's call Grandma and find out. There's a fluffy cloud floating here that looks awfully comfortable. So with all the supplies here, you might guess there's a little mini-boss section right here. This dungeon is very quick to give you the item, which I really appreciate. I just cannot time my spin attacks. And so this is the Rock's Cape. Last item in the game, unless you count, you know, the other glass jars and such. But I'm actually going to go back down to Hyrule Town and pick up an upgrade that will make things a lot easier later on in the dungeon. That might have looked intentional, but I can promise you it was not. I did not expect to actually make that jump. Wrong floor. Excuse me. Strangely, this is the only place that a warp like this is used in the entire game. I think they had a lot of potential with it, but just didn't know what else to do. But this is what I want to get here. This is the final sword upgrade that this guy teaches, but there's plenty of other people throughout Hyrule which will give you sword upgrades. And the reason that I want this is because the, I guess, ground pound attack has a massive hitbox and makes certain phases of the upcoming boss trivial. Alright, so I'm gonna get back to the dungeon, and I think I'm gonna end stream for today. There's that court case that I want to watch. And from there, I think I'll maybe stream tomorrow. I've got an eye doctor appointment early in the morning, because I've had a weird brown spot in the white of my eye, which I can't really explain. And I just want to make sure that it's not anything serious. It doesn't hurt or anything, it just bothers me that it's there. Great stream today, thank you very much. I greatly enjoy your presence here, and I will be around. Thank you for coming. As always, take care of yourself, stay hydrated, love yourself because you are worth it. Thank you for coming. I'll see you soon.